Hi, and welcome to this live reading from The Master of Demise by Nadija Mujagic, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1. Nothing gives me a natural high like burning stuff, but killing comes close. This one was quick and painless. I come home, go to the bathroom, and throw the gloves in the tub, cheap, thin ones that people use when they clean their home. I light them on fire and watch them burn until they're ashes. I don't want to wake my wife, so I open the bathroom window and blow the fire smoke out of the room. She is not a light sleeper, but sometimes strange and unexpected smells or sounds can wake people up. I clean the tub to remove all the ashes and the fire soot. I take all my clothes, including my mask, and put them in the hamper. No visible traces of murder remain on them, but I do it anyway for extra precaution. As I hit the sack, I'm thankful to find my wife on her back, snoring away with her mouth hanging open. I flip her to her side to stop the snoring and turn around to fall asleep. But the adrenaline keeps me wired. My senses are still heightened beyond what I'm comfortable with. I'm scared I won't be able to fall asleep, but then my eyes finally close. When I wake up, I get ready for work, restless and tired. As soon as I show up, I'm given the news I was hoping for. He is dead. Everyone on the campus is talking about it. The students, the staff, the faculty. They all look distressed, unable to comprehend the sudden loss of a young, healthy man most people seem to love. People are whispering the news from every corner, shock shining from their eyes. I smile inside. I wish I could offer them comfort by saying that he swiftly arrived at his painless, predetermined end. I'm doing everyone a favor. An immense relief washes over me as I think about how much better the world will fare with one fewer bully. He was the right target. Now, I just wait and watch my actual victim's life fragment into pieces. Wednesday, Chapter 2. Bradford Robertson was the second student to die this year. This morning around 7, his roommate found him at his desk in his dorm room with his head resting on the desktop next to a textbook. He was an excellent student with a GPA average of 3.94 on the 4.0 scale. His remarkable physical condition gave him the edge to be one of the best basketball players for the university team. When he strolled around the campus, you couldn't help but notice him. He exuded authority and a certain aura that made people surround him. It didn't take long before the news of his death had spread throughout the small campus. Everyone now knows Bradford is gone, but the reason remains a mystery. Shock thrashes through the campus like waves in a storm. His death was unexpected. I'm checking emails in my office when William Harris walks in. I've known William since our Harvard days where we both served our postdoctoral appointments, but we haven't worked closely since he became the chair for Humanities Department a few years ago. He's been different ever since our initial meeting. There's something about being a department chair that brings on razor-sharp diplomacy and butt-licking. I guess I never suspected he'd be good at it, but he is. His knuckles make the slightest of contact with my door before he comes in. His face a mask of anxiety. He hesitates at first, then greets me in a sour voice. Hi, Mitch. Yes, William, I say. Mitch, he sounds nervous. The police are here and making rounds of interviews regarding Bradford's death. Just a routine procedure, they say. They will stop by your office this morning to talk to you. They will? I look at him beyond the upper rim of my glasses. I have nothing to do with this student's death. Why would they talk to me? He shakes his head and furrows his brows. They found some evidence that he was stressed about his grades. Bradford has been almost a straight A student until he took your psychosis class this semester. He has a C and a D. It's quite a surprise for a student of his caliber. They're just trying to understand if the grades might have led him to take his own life. I stand up from my chair and walk toward William. Like a vulture, I'm looping around the chair in the center of my office and studying the floor as I ponder. William is close to the door, observing my slow movements. Indeed, how would I not know? My voice is on an even keel. The whole incident seems suspicious, but I'm not shaken by his announcement. I am calm. There's no way he took his own life because of a C or a D. That would be absurd. I stop and give William a stern gaze. His tall figure is standing near the door and swaying back and forth. He's staring at me and shrugging his shoulders. It's not common for William to be without words, but this time, it's undeniable. I don't appreciate you insinuating I'm the reason Bradford took his life, I tell him. As for the grades, as far as I recall, his major was math. Sometimes hard science students don't have the aptitude for humanities and vice versa. but the semester is still in full swing and his grades are not final. He could still end up with a B+ if he worked hard. If he were still alive, that is. They have found his diary this morning, and he has written some disturbing things in there, William says. A diary. I pitch my voice high. A man of his age writes a diary? I scoff. Why is that so strange, Mitch? You of all people shouldn't be judging the young man and stereotyping. I wave my hand and walk away, putting my back to him. Listen, Mitch, this is the second death on the campus within a year. It's troubling. I hear panic in William's voice. He works tirelessly in his role as chair to maintain the university's standing and reputation. The passing of Bradford makes him anxious. The last student suicide caused a lot of trouble for the university. Almost a year ago, a literature major student named Lauren Bisbee took her own life. She couldn't concentrate on studying after her boyfriend dumped her. It's unfortunate how these younglings get attached to men so easily. She failed class after class and received poor grade after poor grade, causing her GPA to fall below 2.0. As a result, the university authorities asked her to pull out of the program. 2 days after she received the letter, she hung herself in the dorm room. It wasn't until her friend asked where she'd been all day that they found her. Her friend walked into the room and screamed at the sight of Lauren hanging from the ceiling, lifeless. Lauren's parents sued the university for negligence. They were an older couple, and Lauren was an only child. She was the heart of their lives, and while away at the university, they would call Lauren daily to check in on her and see if there was anything they could give her to bring her joy, maybe some money or her favorite homemade jam or sweaters her dad had knitted just for her. The love of her parents was not enough to bring her life back on track. The whole incident was truly unfortunate. The court mandated the university to make free psychotherapy sessions and a suicide hotline available to students. The punitive damages have taken a toll on our university's small endowment. I was among those in charge of devising the plan. The court also wanted us to run frequent official tests to gauge students' state of mind. Are they depressed, anxious? Do they have a reason to get up in the morning? And things like that. The Bradford's case seemed different. I didn't detect any depression or distress from him, which differs from Lauren. This whole thing seems rather suspicious, but I don't argue. I turn around and face William again. He crosses his arms and I see sweat forming on his forehead. We're in the midst of autumn and it's not overly warm in my office. These deaths are completely unrelated, but I acknowledge your concern. I walk around my desk and sit down in the chair. William sits opposite me, even though I haven't invited him to stay. I am concerned that the news will travel far and our reputation is going to be ruined. I nod at his statement. Vermont University is known for its small size and the professor-student ratio. Young people choose to come here because it feels intimate and friendly. The total enrollment for undergraduates is only 1,000, and half of them, if not less, are graduates. Indeed, but if the standards are raised and no one expects us to get nothing but A's, maybe students will stop taking their own lives. His face turns angry. It's not as simple as that, Mitch. We educate our students, and I take pride in that. They work hard and they get what they deserve. I'd rather not engage in a lengthy dispute with William. He's been good to me. He never said it directly, but I believe he was the one who pushed for my tenure 2 years ago. I'm established in academia, which means I don't have to worry thanks to him. I say nothing. We sit in an awkward silence. William slams his palms against the armrests and stands up. Anyway, I should get going. He looks at his watch, then at me. The cops should stop by any minute now. He turns around and rushes through the door. The loud slam startles me. I curse under my breath.